significance of Liberia became apparent after the outbreak of World War II in 1939 to 1945. During the war, Liberia rubber plantation was the only source of natural latex rubber available to the Allies. Apart from plantation into the Ceylon, now Sri Lanka, in 1942, Liberia signed a defense agreement with the United States. This resulted in a program strategic road building and the construction of the international airport and the deep water harbor at Monrovia. The U.S. money was declared legal tender in Liberia in 1943, replacing the British West African currency. In 1943, William V. Tubman was elected to his first term as president. Liberia declared war against Germany and Japan in January 1944. In April, signed the Declaration of the United Nations. In December 1960, Liberia became a member of the United Nations Security Council, and from that time it took an active part in African and international affairs. In 1963, the country became a member of the Organization of African Unity. Since 2002, the African Union at its inception. In 1963, Tubman was elected to his fifth term as president, and the following year, the United States and Liberia signed an agreement to transfer the free port of Monrovia to the government of Liberia. Tubman was again elected president in 1967, the only candidate for the office. He died in London on July 23, 1971. Shortly after his election to his seventh term as president, he was immediately succeeded by William V.S. Tolbert. That is William R. Tolbert, who presides as vice president at the time. A decline in world price for Liberia cheap exports, iron ores, and natural rubber brought financial hardship to the country during the 1960s and the early 1970s. Foreign loan helped sustain the economy during that period. In April 1980, Tolbert was killed in a coup d'etat. The coup led by Master Sergeant later General Samuel K. Doe, who became a head of state and chairman of the People's Redemption Council, the PRC. The PRC promised a new constitution, which became effective in 1986, and a return to civilian rule. Elections was held in 1985 with several parties participating, but were widely criticized as fraudulent. Doe was inaugurated as the first president of the Second Republic in 1986 January. His rule ended in 1990 after civil war, but primarily became between a cry and a guilt, and the Manon people erupted. A multinational West African forces, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, monitoring group attempted to restore order, but the leader of two rebel groups, Charles Gangi Taylor and Prince Johnson, contended for power after Doe downfall and execution. The war dragged on for 7 years as new factions arose and neighboring countries emerged in the strife. The toll on the civilian population and the economy was devastating. After a series of abortive attempts, a truce was achieved in 1996. In election held the following year, the National Patriotic Party, the Patriotic Front of Liberia Party, led by Taylor, achieved a clear majority. Good afternoon, good morning. Today is the 10th day of July, and July happens to be the 7th month of the year. We'll also say happy birthday to you, Emmanuel Sarcelo, who celebrates birthday today. Emmanuel Sarcelo, happy birthday. Today is the 10th of July. Today in 1952, the Constitution of Eritrea, prepared by the United Nations in the consultation with the European, and as the Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia, was adopted. Today, the 10th of July 1952. 1925, the Scores trials began in Dayton, Tennessee, with William Jenney Bryan arguing for the prosecution, and Clarence Darrow for the defense. Today, 1875, Mary McLeod Bertrand, an African American educator who was active in the National Black Affairs and a special advisor to the President Franklin D. Roosevelt, was born into the Mayville, South Carolina today. Today, the 10th of July, 1962, the Swedish engineer Neil Bolling was issued a U.S. patent for the three-point seat belt for cars, and a major safety innovation. It featured a strap that extended across the upper body in addition to the standard lap restraint in 1962 on the 10th of July. 3 years after that, the British rock band the Rolling Stones topped the United States charts for the first time with the single I Can't Get No Satisfaction in 1965. 1973, on the 10th of July, the Bahamas gained independence from Britain within the Commonwealth nations. 1985, the Greenpeace ship Rainbow Warriors was sunk by two bomb explosions while berthed into the Auckland Harbour, New Zealand. It was later revealed that French intelligence agents has planted the explosive. Today, the 10th of July in 1985. 1991 and today, Russia politician Boris Yeltsin was sworn into office as the country's first elected president. 1991 on the 10th. Today, the 10th of July 2015, the Egyptian actor Omar Sharif, who gained international acclaim for his role into Lawrence of Arabia in 1962, the doctor of the Zakvingo 1965, he died today, 2015, the 10th of July, at the age of 83. Today, 2019, the German automaker Volkswagen ended production of the Beetle, the first model of which has been introduced in 1938 on today. Today's in history is a regular feature on our programs. Today, Telstar First and the Telstar One launched the first communication satellite to transmit live television signals and telephones conversations across the Atlantic Ocean. Was launched today in 1962, inaugurating a new age into the electronic communications on today. Today, have you heard about John Calvin? He's a French theologian. On the 10th of July, he was born in 1509 into the Noyaux, France. He died at the age of 54 in Geneva, Switzerland on the 27th of May in 1564. Today, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Today, the 10th of July, 1941, Iceland Parliament approved by a 39-3 vote that the Reykjavik government agreement permitting the U.S. Army forces to occupy the island. Good afternoon and welcome. Be with me until 1:30. There is a big trouble today coming to you from the Ministry of Agriculture. Remember, honest reports are up. The government, through the General Auditing Commission, has placed an audit on the Ministry of Agriculture. And what we are hearing is staggering news of corruption at that level. We will bust the bag out today and inform you Liberia need to get better, while the president of this country is out there pushing the case of Liberia, and that transparency and accountability being the hallmark of the day. Leaders in our country are engaged in other activity that are not pleasant and wholesome to the ears. Imagine, this is a project funded by the AFDB, and it is so sad to hear that this is what we are getting. And it is sad that while we are even fighting to unearth folks who are involved in the corruption in the past government, People that were just appointed in this government less than 2 years have started their own Didiba. It is sad to hear that they are in this. Imagine the audit report cover from 2023 to 2024. This is now no job we are governmenting. It is a black-eyed government. And the president will hear what I'm about to say to him today. Upon his return, he will stamp his foot, his presence on the ground, that we must rule out corrupt individuals in this country. We cannot continue with this thing. And this is the reason why the LCC, under the watchful eyes of Council Alexandra Cromanzo, is pushing up for powers that they can have their own court established to fast track cases and prosecute people who may be vehemently involved in corruption in our country. It is sad, it is frustrating to hear this news. And I'm flabbergasted this afternoon to hear that even people that was appointed or elected, not elected, appointed under this government, that was confirmed by the Liberal Senate, are involved in the corruption. It is so sad. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. And it is very, very much diabolical on the part of these people. Imagine, the report is saying that the auditor was able to verify 81 of those funds due to insufficient information provided by the district agriculture officer, the county agriculture coordinator, and the regional agriculture coordinator. So what are we doing here? Especially when funding are coming to us from our partners. And it's good that even the Jonathan government is saying, without doing no aid again, we trading. They take for that. You give me this and you don't get that. Wow, I can start wasting money. We got money be wasting on people. And the people who they waste the money on, they don't deserve it. This is sad. Imagine an African Development Bank can go this far. That they get loans in this country. Great. We may use it with misplaced monies. Whenever our selfish gains. Then when the country was developed. And when you hear the people speaking in public on forums, you say Liberia is far better than where you want. But come and see. So you mean that the owner will be struggling at his age, going out there thinking that people should be sincere in this country, but they are the one undermining the development and growth and development of this country? It's sad, man. I'll take this break here. And we must unearth this thing today. Today we'll go to the Ministry of Agriculture. The GSC has brought out a report and is very much sad and bad on the part of those there at the Ministry of Agriculture here. Good afternoon.
We did in Liberia at your embassy. Mr. President, we thank you for this opportunity to be here. Liberia is a longtime friend of the United States, and we believe in your policy of making America great again. And we also go a long way with you with in your diplomacy that has to do with economic development and commercial friendship. Liberia has a lot of minerals, and one of the things we ask as good friends for a long time is the opportunity to do a survey of our minerals. Mm-hmm. And also we are committed to peace, and we've been very lucky within our region. We are a country that have had series of democratic elections, and our country has been cooling down. And also we want to encourage American involvement in the investment in Liberia. Yeah. We'd like to see that happen. We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region, because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well,
Very
and
good,
they come from.
Anniversary, we did in Liberia at your embassy. Mr. President, we thank you for this opportunity to be here. Liberia is a longtime friend of the United States, and we believe in your policy of making America great again. And we also go a long way with you in your diplomacy that has to do with economic development and commercial friendship. Liberia has a lot of minerals, and one of the things we ask as good friends for a long time is the opportunity to do a survey of our minerals. Mm-hmm. And also we are committed to peace, and we thank you for this opportunity to be here. Liberia is a longtime friend of the United States, and we believe in your policy of making America great again. And we also go a long way with you in your diplomacy that has to do with economic development and commercial friendship. Liberia has a lot of minerals, and one of the things we ask as good friends for a long time is the opportunity to do a survey of our minerals. Mm-hmm. And also we are committed to...
When you do a budget, you make projections. You have to work out all of those corollaries and assumptions that you think should be functioning in comparison to that of the past, so that you'll be able to generate the revenue. And so we were able to review the first quarter, and year to date, at the time we were looking at the review, we went through it and we realized there was a deficit. The first quarter, a deficit pretty close to 17 or 18 million, a shortfall. And then year-to-date reports brought it back to 6 million. So we are happy that it reduced a little bit, but we are worried that if we do not carry on these processes to check how revenue is performing, we could end up with a shortfall at the end of the year. So this is the first quarter and year-to-date that we've done. We'll also pursue the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. And I've also made a presentation on how the committee is going to proceed to work in collaboration with the line ministries, the SOEs, so that we can realize the revenue that we projected. If not, development will be a problem in this country.
Honorable Jury, talking about there was a deficit, I just want to know about some of the leakages that were identified as a result of the performance reports, and just a bit to that, every Liberian envisions to have a country where we have $1 billion budget. That falls under your jurisdiction as chair on Waste, Means and Finance, working with the ARA, to move from maybe 800 to $1 billion. Do you see that? Is that foreseeable?
That is the intention, that is the wish, that is the desire of all of us, to see Liberia's budget grow to $1 billion. In order to do this, apart from checking on how we raise the money for projected into the 2025 budget, we have to look into other areas that are considered leakages. When we say leakages, revenue leakages, those are...
Recently, there have been several audit reports coming up. This time around, we are going to the GSC report at the Ministry of Agriculture. Imagine, it is sad today, Liberia. And sometimes it can be so fortunate, when you say sad, people, the institution that you don't expect, or the persons at the institution, you don't expect to hear these things. Imagine this audit report called from 2023 to 2024 fiscal year. So this means that it is this government. Why are Liberians just immune to corruption or accountability? Let me say accountability. Why? Why? Imagine TSC have uncovered widespread financial mismanagement and the possible misappropriation in the Ministry of Agriculture Management of the Liberia Emergency Food Production Program, which are also known as the Emergency Rice Production Offensive, the ERPO. And this was a project that was funded by the African Development Bank. It was through a combination of loans, grants. Just Imagine that. You take loan. And the time go by. We don't see the essence why we took the loan. But we have to pay. Grant account Liberia. So the other people that they just get money that they won't waste. What do you think if the money was spent is being spent for the internal purpose? They even encourage the people you take loan from. They say yes, we can do more. Imagine 5,288,529.59 cents in 2023. That's my money yet. Now, this other report that has been talked about GSC, it has gone to the National Legislature. It has gone to the African Development Bank to tell the people, say, your money when you get the people there, this is what they did. Mismanagement, misappropriation. Why? I even say that there are a lot of insane people that we took the word that they were misappropriate or mismanage things. Whereas they were taking for among the best to say these are the ones we can't choose all, but among the best, let's take this one this time. Imagine that. And this is raising serious concern. So you think if the African Development Bank is telling America that oh yeah, the people there when it comes to transparency, it comes to accountability, if it comes to proper use of public donor funding is a serious problem, what do you think will happen to us? Coupled with the witchcraft, they who love to see, they only love to see dirt, and that's how they survive. They only want to see destitution. That's how it pleases them. Then they're happy. Then others are there mismanaging what we should be doing to enhance the life of our people. Imagine the GSC had to go to Bone County, to Buffalo County, to Maigibi. They went there to verify. Just an attempt to say yes, say, and this is one of the frustration that is happening to this country. It's so frustrating. People will go, they carry money for the taxpayers or money for the Liberian people, whether it's a grant or a loan they give us. They will go and lie. They will go in the butchers. They will bring all kind of pictures. They will write all kind of documents like pyramid. They will bring it and they say they finish the work. But when you go behind to find out, you will see exactly what is on the paper. That's deception at the highest level. The people went to make an attempt to verify 114 farms that was listed in the project database. The auditors were unable to verify 81 of those farms due to insufficient information provided by the district agricultural officer, the county agricultural coordinator, and the regional agricultural coordinator. For what reason now? So you just find means to misuse the money or eat the money. So you just put all kinds of things there. We get farm here, we get farm here, we got farm in this town, we got big pineapple farm here, we got cucumber farm here, we got this breast farm here, we got this. But you go check yes here. I think it's time that we begin to prosecute these people very hard. That their children know the result. When they grow up, they will depart. It is too much. Out of the 114 farms that were listed in the project, 81 could not be verified. They are almost all. We got 114, 81. Take to the math. They're almost all. They're more than half. The book goes there now. The district agricultural officer in Morelia, they got a lady, they got farm there. But you go the location against the farm is in the sky. All of them could not even get one report. We now having maybe the farm is in our head. We got the land. Then why should we be lying? It is good that the GSA has sent us a report here to the African Development Bank. Let me tell the person the money you're saying they wasted it. They stole the money. You know why? The other man, they say, when I'm traveling from this country, he's complaining. Why did I put a name on that list and all that? He got something important to go do, and this. Who cares why it's important? Go clear your name. So it means that we just trying to show to the world that everybody in the country corrupt. Like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, when everyone was pleading for those in Sodom and Gomorrah, and God was telling him, go there. If you see 50%, I will spare the city. He came out with his head bowed down. He said, what happened? He said, I can't see it. He said, go there. If you see 35, 40, go there, tell me. You can't see it. No, as 20%, you can find it. 10, no way. Is this how Liberia has reached now? That when you want to appoint people to government, you worry because everybody corrupt. Imagine that. You write document. You say farm here. Go to a block there. We get two farm there. Go Parala. We get one there. You go there, well. Then the poor go against the farm. And our money was spent. Imagine. You tell me that we get farm here. Like a man who told the people say you're getting money, I want to pay cleaning for the people in Broadway. They go and they don't see a stick standing up. Is that how we want to live in this country? Is that like brothers are trying to be so devilish and wicked? Then you still say and write documents? That's why professional work, do the work. Do the work will show itself. When you write things, you don't do it. What else are you writing? Tell a lie and steal? Imagine that. Imagine they gave them 633,000. Their money was disbursed to lead farmers for onward distribution to sub farmers. They were on the farm. But then there was no documentation or evidence showing that the money reached the intended sub farmers or that the farm existed. You see wickedness? Liberians are working more than the devil now. Carry their money and they will bring long ways though. Carry their money. Yeah, you say farmers. I'm not even call Zon's name because Lufa can now on the list here. Imagine that. That Broncante, Bapolo, and Magbi. Give the farmers. Imagine. The money that they carry, 633,000, it become people party money. I'm not saying political party. We're in this country. We're not depending on people in the poultry business. Animal husbandry. We're not depending on frozen food coming, food they inject, they put injection on it. This one get big, it stay what they see, it stay in the storage facility for so many months or years, then you reach all, then you see the whole place here, chicken inside bar, that chemical eating there. You see how poor we in the country? Why? And that's why I said God should bless this man at the GSC. He and a Kool of officers. Because they are not just sitting and looking at the document you giving them, but they are going to verify. And they report, and Minister Alexander Newton need to answer questions to this here on a serious note. Because they are not saying that General Meleko time. They say in 2023, 2024, that's his time. That under the government. Imagine. the GSC obtained no evidence of subsequent remittance of funding to sub-farmers and location of, you see the wickedness. You no report that you gave money to farmers, you can even see the farmers, you can even see the farm before you can tell you see farmers. You remember people struggling in the town, in the rural parts. The people will go ahead, struggle the produce of their labor. They get coming town. Some people are there fighting plenty farms, banana farms. But their banana will get fought, they get wrapped, they have to just sell in the community or you get rotten. The tree can say they will cook banana soup. Imagine that. Their monies are sent to help these people. You see? To help them. They can't reach to them. Then you sit down and you say you're no book, you're telling the entire population like brother, stupid people, they don't read, so you're right baby book there, you're right all this, you're parking and say that the result here. And when you go check in those books, you don't see the reality on the farm. That's a sheer wickedness in this country. And upon the president return, we should not joke with anything yet. We should not joke, because no matter why, when you say the opposition, your government, they say no, in your government something happening too. That's true, but you see it happening. You see that? Don't go about rolling somebody on a house, breaking your house. Your teeth getting messy there. Your children are picking your pocket. It will be your wife, your sons, your daughter, your cousin, your niece, your nephew are living with you. So your money that lost, that's not going to take it from your pocket. So monies that are coming to help enhance the work of this country. It is not those people who were there last regime. That's the frustrating part. People who are in this government, who were just appointed less than 2 years ago. And that the main people that will need to hold our hands, let us hide them. Some of these other reports will not be taken lightly. They will hold so money, everything is so big. They are SUVs, they will be parking one side. They will not see where it is. Because when we start to hold these people, some of them don't want to be in that condition. But the thing that, you know, in the world, they say that government is stupid, so they will do it boldly. They say that didn't happen, man. But when you hold it, they see themselves saying, I saw a vision of the Kool flow. So when I confess, you know, I won't be here. I don't play the money here. You're free. Let me go get the money back. I can pay the money back. You see that? But because we are so lenient with these things, these reports come up, they just follow the shelves, and we leave it for university students to read or high school students to read. We leave it for you to come into exams and all that. That's why they are not afraid. This thing have to stop. This have to stop, my people. We need to deal with people with hard heads. And President Brother, I think the other people, their own case, I don't say legally, but you are taking away to get evidence. But the one that here, government, don't joke with them, fast track it. They take some cases, 24 hours finish, for the 8 hour finish, 72 hour finish. You see, I said it's selfish. We should not joke with it. Let it be as a lesson for others. Because it is so pathetic to think that you go, you take loan, grant are given to you. And that's why I like I said earlier on, that the GSC never just gave a document to the legislature, but they sent a document to the African Development Bank. Because we may just be at their door again begging them. They didn't look in our face and tell us that they won't get away and do it. Because we're not helping this nation. This is the reason why we just keep to imagine for the president of the United States say, what? a Liberian man I was schooling Liberia speaking this kind of beautiful English, and not knowing that Liberia is an English-speaking country? It's people's imagination. Because all we portray ourselves to be, all our leaders, those who have come to lead the country, have portrayed themselves to be, have led their exemplary life to be, is corruption, is thievery, stealing, trickery, duping. Black. We used to say they don't put that black money BM, but like right now, we want the BM now. They don't put free away because they have run or ran behind those folks who are involved. So they have changed a different thing, but our own thing, we're not running behind the boat, so they now take it to be their habit in this country. We need to punish these people there. Let's hire some of them, so that those watching will see and say, no, I better be mindful. I better be careful here. Because if I'm not watchful, if I'm not careful, if I'm not cautious what I'm doing here, I may just end up somewhere. Yeah? Imagine the ministry came, the ministry disbursed the initial 50% of the funds to farmers without even conducting or comprehensive assessment on their capability or capacity to verify whether they can be, they have the access to the land, the size that they have declared. Imagine that. Somebody can say, I got 10 acres of land here, and we'll give them money to go make farm. You don't see the land? Or because you use a person to steal the money. Just say, you have a document say you get 10 acres of land, you want to do farming, you get 25 acres, you get 50. See, the land here, when you harvest one time, the whole Liberia, you can feel like Liberia. They say, yeah, get all the money, you ain't give it them, they go. What's nothing there? Would you seeing the land? Would you seeing the size? Would you even verifying the ownership? What are the main things in your land that you get land? Eh? What the man want to swamp? 4x4 swamp. He said he got about 10 acres of swamp land. Then he gave him money. Eh? And the part that beat my imagination is that according to the GSA report, everything that they went through, there's no evidence. How can sound people, when you check their credentials now, they'll tell you they got 2 to the masters, they got 2 to the BSc, they got this, they got certificates, they got diploma, they got this. How will sound people go into that kind of venture without documentation? Eh? How? You don't even know the capacity of the farmers. You don't even assess whether the land they declare to you is of size. Then you start disbursing money to them. Eh? You got a mistake, they didn't punish them for it. Eh? Imagine that. The people wanted to spend it 168,169.0 cents in the fiscal year 2023 and 22,838,000 in 2024 that lack basic supporting documents such as payment vouchers, invoices, delivery notes, nothing. That's when a mad people they give money to operate. Imagine that. Imagine that. And this is the reason why every year we hear comments, oh yeah, 840 million, 750 million at the country budget. But then you go look at the end of the fiscal year, you don't see a penny being done. You will disburse the money goes to the ministerial agency. At the end of the day, to go count the results, you don't see it. Who does that? Then the next year, we then give them money again. Yeah, I didn't hear a man say, yeah, not even you're the first person. The first person I heard that from was the LRA boss, Commissioner Toward Jala. He said first at the ministerial complex, the LRA had the capacity to, with its revenue generation of this country, we can get 1 billion or more than 1 billion. But they came out of the party and said, no, we can get 1 billion. with 800 million. Now they still talking about the 1 billion. Oh. They put in the Canadian taxes. Go see on their hand the ring they got, the bracelets, the chain they're using, the cars, the houses they're building, and a lot of them are involved in the motel business now and hotels business. So you see that? So the money has to go to the national coffers to enhance the work of this country. Taxpayers' money, it goes to individual pockets. It goes to individual pockets. Imagine that. Eh? Eh? Hmm? Imagine. 2023, the ministry, when they said they were procuring 3 reaper harvester, they said they spent 58,500. If I tell you the audit went and audit gathered that thing, when they say 58,500, it's really cost $10,000. So you see it? You see that? The procurement. Eh? So then I call 10,000. They came to us through the ministry now because they are represented. They say, then the same people say, the same people who there, they don't want to get involved in the kind of thing. They said the thing is 58,500. You see, they're gonna steal 48,500 difference. No, why? They clean, they run good vehicles, their houses air conditioned beating 24 hours because they find where to steal our money. Then they lie to our way. And this is the reason why we should not let them go. Let's punish them. So if they die, they come out of the next world, they will not do it again. You see that? This is broad day wage. So then at 10,000, you say 58,500, 48,500 difference. Hey, bro. But then the people that are building their houses, when they tell them say it is $100, the man say 150. When they get to know that the man stealing 50,000, they will terminate that contract. They will start to do all sorts of things. If possible, they carry the police station. But they are brave to tell us something that is 10,000. They say 58,500. They're eating 48,500 for us. This is the reason why our people are still living in destitution. They just force them to put the whole living swamps. But it's time. The people have slept in a very cool area because the water have not even dry yet. Everything of theirs has spoiled. Because what's your hands, they are working to pay labor. Few persons will sit and cajole the country, write up on a bogus document, lie to us, and go enjoy themselves. They did the same thing in 2024. Imagine. 2024, the ministry said they were purchasing, they call it NPK 1515, it's a fertilizer. And they said they spent, they were getting 5,500 units of this NPK fertilizer 1515 at the rate of $65 US for each. So the money went to 357,500. The GSE did a survey on this. Yeah, because yeah, man. The GSE did a market survey price on the same quantity and quality as per 42 per unit. This was amounting to 231,000 for the pieces they put in for the 5,500 unit. They said $65. They put one, they go check, you can get it for $42. So you have a difference in the money here of the 357,500. You have a difference of 126,500. So they will spend 231,000 and then save 126,500, but they ate it. They told us that they spent 357,000 on the product. So must you steal everything? These people have some money small that the people can say, I will keep my rep. When they go keep it right, they go they take the face from where they go outside. They come out, they take one spoon, they go. Your own self food, you start stealing it. I think that. So they leave it there now, they grow with it. So everything they will lie to us. Because they take that, say like people that are stupid people. The taxpayers are not good. The people who get the money for the African Development Bank, they didn't get sense. So they didn't want to get sense, they didn't want to enjoy the money. They lie to us. You see the black guy? I think you now see Trump face. And I love you can say, you say you my friend? No. We're not attitude yet. Because the people know that President time pass, wine and dine with them, so they're not afraid. They steal. They know that they will waste the money, focus on themselves, and the next year, next fiscal year, the government will give them money again. Let the wasteful spending stop in this country. Let the wasteful spending stop in this country. Yeah? Imagine in terms of physical asset, the GSC report that fixed asset value was about 82,430. It could not be found during the verification exercise. These assets were also now recorded in the project fixed asset register. And there was no evidence of existence of agricultural equipment such as the harvester that was valued at 6,300 and the power source valued at 6,800, which were reportedly purchased for the use by the beneficiary farmers. No evidence. No evidence. Liberia. 2023, 760,000 who they were paid in the fiscal year. 508,460. 2024, the asset of such system meant that there was no clear tracking items order, received, distributed, remaining in stock. What kind of devilish country is this? What? And this audit has painted a very troubling picture, very bad, because the people are sending things to the African Development Bank. The money that keep on the ERPO project, nothing. Either there's no evidence, no documentation, no record, no evidence verification, site finding, no. They say you got found. Imagine 114, then 81. You can see it, I'm more than half. More than it. They even say 110. Then the 4 in Utopia. That nobody can see, they didn't looking for it, they can find it. They say, yeah, maybe that mistake. But 81, they can see it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Liberians, what should we do with this report? What should we do? And some people are your uncles, are your parents, are your fathers we're talking about here. These are your relatives. These are designed to put you and the rest of our Liberians onto suffering. And this thing will go the wrong way. Because tomorrow when you call your name, they say, oh, that man was the minister that is son here, like the years about it. They put a rope, all of them, they can see. You see that? So your parents are painting a very bad picture for this for your family. You go somewhere now, you see, you call your name and say, no, what? I think I prefer the men. Where you're not trusting your thing and then one, because they think it might be, this stealing thing might be in the blood of this family because they were tried before and this is what they did. So that's why you're good. When these people come out, will find that they'll prosecute them. When you're applying jail, you go look for a job, you better call your best here because you are saying you'll find you go in jail. When your mind is selfish, you go look for a job, whether you're a nurse, people say the patient will be afraid of you. What? Oh no, man. I'm taking a break here. I go to the lines. I'm not traveling anywhere today. I know there are other activities for outside Africa, but no, 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 Jesus. Huh? I wonder when Jesus can you reach Liberia, or they'll call people from Liberia say you're good to heavy, or you're good, you're so good. I wonder what will happen because the project spoiling the country. It's just been sick. Look. Oh, Jesus Christ. America and Liberia have been a very long-standing partner. The president saying, wow, he can speak beautiful English. The Serena that behind the police people, he went straight in the president mouth. Wow. Wow. I even say they don't know that Liberia really existed. They don't know. When they told us a part of the Great War, they didn't know if they forgetting. They said, wow. You can speak beautiful English. Where you go to school at? In Liberia? What? Even all the people that say on the TV, you can speak on that. I know you know that the people can speak English, you go invite the people there. You start talking there. Sometimes make take a problem too. You go invite the people and say, you know that you know the country that you invited. You have first information on there and you say, wow, they speak English. You know the people are so French people there. Eh? The people speak that Italian to you and you say, wow, what's that? Jesus Christ, man. Let me take this break here. Let me take a water break. They lying too much in the country here. They lying too much in this country. They lying too much.
Happening from the ground of the Capitol building. So as they await their spokesperson and leaders, right after the conversation with the vice president, they will give us duty of their meeting with the vice president. So I just here in order to fill you in of today activities. This is Kool, and we are here coming to you live from the ground of the Capitol building. And this morning, according to them, they are here this morning because if they just delay with what happening, effectively the agreement will take effect on Monday. So Monday, some of them will only go to office to just be like spectators because their various offices will be occupied by another individuals. So that is why they're here, not to delay the process, but to petition lawmakers in order to plead on their this building, national police, why a route, making their way at the Capitol building to the Capitol building here this morning. So keep following. We still have more duty to fill you in as we await those officials and spokesperson who are currently in meeting with the vice president concerning the situation. So keep tuned, don't you go. We're coming to your live, and we hope to give you more duty of what's happening here from the ground of the Capitol building. So folks, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. We are live from the ground of the Capitol building. This is Kool TV, and you see the group sitting here are some grieved employee from the Ministry of Transport who here this morning to petition lawmakers of the 55th legislature concerning happening within the Ministry of Transport, where according to them, some of them were maltreated by some folks of the Liberian National Police. Some of them are currently at the Liberian National Police headquarters undergoing investigation. And the spokesperson from this group are currently in meeting with the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. So we are here awaiting as so he returned back.
And to us, so you speak beautiful English. But you learn English from? Wow. I didn't answer. Wow. You said what somebody did not know the party he said what is it? They don't put it against people. They don't put it here. What's that? You wouldn't know the put it? How you manage for university? Don't try, man. I will be the higher man. Let's go to the Liberians. This is what we are again. Another audit report has come up. I'm asking Liberians, what should we do? What should the government do with this audit report? What should Liberia do with these people? Because it's like this thing, it are trying to become an issue that they are insulting us, literally, that they are doing. Liberians are complaining that during the past early 2020 government, people corrupted. During the past George Weah government, former president, we have people corrupted. They are now coming to realize that people they jail appointed less than 2 years. Oh Jesus Christ, President Parker, I want you to deal with these people then, so that it can hide them. They hustle the building. They don't leave the hustle. They go lay down South Beach, or carry the Bereyala, or carry the Katahar. They don't go lay down there, and then leave the SUVs. They then leave their you know the what car name, man? The Range Rover. They get it plenty now like Rover. They get it because people get the money now. They still go on plenty. So they range a year plenty. So they leave their range. They go carry them grain to that. They be the one who make farm for us. They say who making them farm. Oh, that former minister of agriculture over here that true that I bet myself make farm for like bro. That former minister of justice that former EPA director, they didn't want making a farm for us. Yes, they didn't make the farm. They didn't know that this country, they should not take off for food or play. Let's go to the line and talk to my callers here. What should we do with this report? Because the GSC is working. You saw it last time. The judicial branch, how many money the question from the days of Francis Kokbo and former Chief Justice you were on the bench. Then again, the current Chief Justice Yabiko Bese were on the bench. Now he's the Chief Justice now. We're asking those questions. The IA who will be put to be internal auditors, they too are involved into the city clandestine behavior. Now we have come to the Ministry of Agriculture here. And the GC said they got dossier of all the documents from ministry agencies, from institutions in this country. Look, when the reporters say they spend 10 billion on the country, don't say that lie. That's true. The reason why you don't see, because the process they mean by which they come to this country, the first one, the leaders of this project corrupt the monies. They lie. Imagine. You say you got farm 114. They put up to verification of the farms. They can see 81. They say in Utopia. Oh God. Let me talk to this caller here. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is the voice of Luther inside HAO. I'm very for this station also.
Yeah.
What should we do with those guys or those people who are there accused of corruption or you do? We are not going to put it for them. We are never saying this country. What can I ever go in jail for 30 years, 20 years? So anyone who found guilty of stealing that people money, they should go in jail for 30 or 40 years. That will that share that stealing that people money. Thank you.
You're welcome, Luto. Thank you. Yeah. We said no example of people in the country here. We talking about what don't take to put on poor and kill. No, we talking about that. We will prosecute you. I will be open. You go to jail to pay for the price. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ban.
Yeah.
We can also call you from Arai.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Ban, there's corruption that you continue to preach every day, every day. Look at people, parents were executed in this country in a pajama early in the morning taking from their home. It's for rampant corruption. Well, what is happening is systematic. Every day. And they are not prosecuting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just adding up. I mean, you go to a resident who will tell them where my purple suit, then we dress fine and take them to prison and arrange for their lawyer. go. You know, so they just feel that any other thing you can get a lawyer and that's the end. Now when they do it, what they get a lot of poor parents.
Yeah.
In their pajama. So when I hear what they say going on, it has my feeling. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nelson. Good afternoon. Yeah, go ahead. Remember, you on a byline. Yeah, go ahead.
This is man that we're going from for Bible. Just now, you appreciate what it is to do, to have a special code. And when you come out here, we did it then for the hour of time, and we are all getting to go beyond that, or take your test and put it back. When you do that, the one who puts you in the other of your friend. They should take some of the house, you should have them away.
And the reason why Alexandra Zoe is saying, let's have a fast track court LCC can have, so that we don't waste the time. More, yeah, thank you, my brother. More than 5 million are small money. Our people are struggling. Go see people farming when I'm based on poor. They looking just say they not existing again. Then their funding come to enhance the work of those people. Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Lower the radio.
Yes, sir, Chief. I understand. Thank you. I'm calling you from Omega Moses S1. To be precise, the PDC, the new Kubayo to Omega. Concerning the topics under discussion, for those people that people that don't feel satisfied with what they have, what they work for, then they go extra mile to say what is that for them, they will be facing justice. So now the president is making a case of our country. Those that are working domestically, then they try to do other things, they will be facing justice. So, my brother, no school will be on tour. They will face me. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah.
This is Christian calling from here that you study community.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the topic this afternoon. And this is very well. You know, these people are fine. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead live.
Yeah. These people are fine.
Hey, man, you're not ready yet. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm going to be back here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to see that the document are really recording on so many decisions in my phone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to buy this president will probably see you cover people. They said we just waiting for everything. They just be fast travel and just be pushing the people. I think that the people that be playing behind back for I think 10 or 15 years, I don't know that. Or I think that when people, they put for someone that is enjoying. Now more than that is saying I want to be charging a hero. Then you tell to one on the ground again.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't go on the ground now in the air. Because they breathe over there in west. They keep telling them what they're going to car again and go over again. So today, I can show you after the what I will do at the key there. And they come out by those standing by me, man. So they know that for the banana, you have a question, and they're going to play the bonnet, and that's what they're going to. I'm going to play the banana, will try the key there, and will be trying to keep it. And what do they know?
You're welcome, my brother. Because what would this stop? Even the yeah. Good afternoon, my brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
If you look at my, I don't think that word is just to be done to bear me. I don't think that is right. Because if our colonel was doing it, now we in jail, we are so corrupted by. But because they will take the government money for the fact the people in the jail are looking for material to make farm. The people are willing to make farm.
Yeah, the people suffering. We need tools.
come there and check the plate and collect money, all the people are there. And the people who did it, all the food we eat, but the same food way they go outside and try to find a way to produce it for us. They never take the money and check ready for consume it and bring possible. But when you come to this thing, you should be justified. Let's go jump behind and go say, we're going to protect our brother, we're going to protect our brother. You know, we're going to be suffering. We say food in the house. Oh, let's go to the good food here. We're not eating our food in it. Where's the food? What do you want? No, we're not done with it. When you come to the field, people, you take their play, you won't pass on you. So I feel that would be young back. I think so. I should have worked out there. That's enough.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want it now, but it's never in my neighbor giving me.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the topic this afternoon now.
Just thank you in good, you know. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Prince. Make out we have to work for you for the report to be specific. So we need first everywhere.
Yeah.
Internet of world. Yeah. Those people who leave, those people you meet prosecutors, they are the cause. They overcome women where they can go get their plenty. So the trick where I from. That road is very bad. The money, you know, they want to use it to fix the road. They want to use that money to fix the road at least so that they can get access from farm to market road. But I can tell you, those people can suffer and they can pass through Booyah to go down and get all the way second year before they come. All that they say before they finish, all they take plenty and all things get rotting on the road. These people are the cause. So if they can investigate them and if they are guilty, then they prosecute them so they go to jail for even 10 or 15 years. That they wouldn't want the corruption will stop. Instead of forgetting.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For sure, man. The people want to help you, they say you give your tail room, your tail grant. Then the money cannot be used for the intended purpose.
I can tell you, when you come to Bulacop here, there's a shop over there, no blocker, they can block glass here, they sell those things. And the goods, they see people who go, they are in the food.
Yeah.
They sell those things, the food, you know, play the thing, those guys, but see that from it. There is not a government that job for the citizen. I mean, this thing and the children, they just want to build a farm and sustain a family, but nothing. You see, the road is very bad. That has ever gone over there. Make a tour one day, walk over there, see. If you say, it's a thing,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Thank you, Meka. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the parents. This is Kool, William calling. I joined this conversation from this week. Well, let me appreciate you this afternoon for the talking point. Now, you know the issue about corruption. Corruption is like a demon. When a person is being possessed by a demon and have gone to church for them to go to deliverance, you are there that that demon, even if the pastor is trying to pray on that person to cast that demon out of the person, the demon that is in that person or the demon possessed that person will be hesitant and will want to fight back. So that's how corruption will look like in this country. Why the issues that we have elected the government and the president who is firing fighting corruption to minimize it? We all know that corruption will not be eradicated 100%, but at least to a minimum level that it will be minimized. This is what we pray for as Nigerians, and we pray that God strengthen the leaders for this country, like this president now over this country, to be courageous, not to be weak, or not to be frustrated and then leave corruption like that. But I hope that he will continue that corruption at least when he shall leave this country for the last 6 years. This country at least will try to put some corruption, minimizing this country. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome. Go ahead, ma'am.
My name is Amuka Coleman, and I call you from Mauritius, Maryland. Yes, now, then, see, but you guys think what they corruption is stealing. It's getting too much. You know, sometimes it's being too much. Why you have one person with their take the country resources and then lavish it and why other people suffering? Why did they put the people in jail for years? That the people go to jail. Mr. President, my president, I'm begging. Send the people to jail. Prosecute the people. Let the children go meet them in South Beach. I do under what they say, what's that? Time for the ministers now. So what we headed to? Oh, we're being a corruption everywhere. Anywhere you turn, nothing good was there. Then the three people that want money, the government, that they're working.
Yeah, the same government say we're gonna help. You be there, you undermine the same government.
The three government, you working, you want money, the government. The three more people were saying and said tomorrow, we told the president again, I want the people up. But you the three person are feeling. But the people in jail, Mr. President, and people to the justice minister to do something there. What's that?
Okay. Yeah, what's that? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Brother Mark.
Yeah, go ahead.
To the people of the world, our mother, Mama Labrador, and the Lord and Lash. You know, Brother, I want to say thank you again for the talking point. And you just said something that came my attention. We have to arrest the corrupt people and send them to Grand Gide, send them to Maryland, let them go and make our farm. When someone has stolen a phone, we can take that care of for a year plus. We will not see a corrupt person only for a month or a day. Why? But we pray that our president, if I'm the human brother, will do his best, the very best, not to stop the highway. That would handle the people, that would make sure that corruption be minimized and be cancelled from Liberia altogether. Thank you for the platform.
Thank you. See you later. I'm going to take my last call. Thanks to all of you for your contribution this morning. This thing is too rough. And let me say thanks to the GSC and for the courage to unearth, because it's so much frustrating that money will come and be expended, but you go check in reality, you can't see nothing. You document, you go verify, you can't see nothing. Imagine, no evidence, no documentation, nothing there. They won't buy for the last time you go, they spending money, they will lie on the money they spent. Oh Jesus Christ! Let me leave it right there. I gotta go. Tomorrow we'll be here again with another edition of the program. It's been so wonderful to all of you, our followers, our listeners, whether you are on YouTube, whether you are on Facebook, whether you are on radio, our silent listeners. Say thanks to all of you for joining us. Join me tomorrow. Remember, this thing will be opening small. The GSC said they got dossier of audit reports. Dossier of audit reports are already being conducted. They are doing some that falls in the past government. They're doing some that falls in this government. So some of them, the past government did their own. They left it there. The government took him and joined the same system. Some on the side their own. The other report from the Ministry of Agriculture here, a cover 2023, 2024. That means that the government, the African government pay money that they gave here. It's so pathetic. But I gotta go. Time has come up with me here. I've been here with T. Nicholas Barkley and just call me the ambassador. Good afternoon. Until tomorrow, have a pleasant good afternoon.
To speak to his colleagues, we will be asked to give you more detail of their conversation. But presently, they are in conversation with the Vice President, and you see them here. They're here to petition the lawmakers from the 55th legislature concerning some grievances that is within the Ministry of Transport. So keep following. This is Kool TV Live from